Hi everyone, in this video, let's take a look at the IT risks during pandemic and how to assess them. Today, working from home is a norm. Employees have shifted to remote work during the pandemic and it is now a permanent working arrangement for most companies. However, this arrangement gives a rise to IT risks. Top 3 IT risks during pandemic as reported are data loss, financial loss, and reputational loss. I'd like to give a story as an example on how these three IT risks are of major concern. In the first case, the Colonial Pipeline, one of the largest and most vital oil pipelines in the US, was the victim of a ransom attack in May 2021. The oil pipeline operation had to be shut down for a few days, and this affected the consumer and airline. Aftermath, this company suffered a reputational loss in the public eyes, financial loss for not operating for a few days, and data loss. The hackers stole more than 100 gig corporate data of this company. Colonial Pipeline suffered financial loss is also due to the ransom they paid to the hackers, which is close to 5 million in bitcoins in return for a decryption key. This severe IT security incident happened during pandemics when their company allowed the staff to remotely connect to the back-end system without additional protection. In the second case, JBS, which is the largest beef supplier in the world, was hacked in May this year. The company paid a ransomware of 11 million to the hackers. In this security incident, both employees and customer data are compromised. Main IT threats during pandemic are malware, identity theft, and phishing. Ransomware is the top malware that attacks the company during the pandemics. According to the statistics published by Checkpoint Research, as of May 2021, there has been a 102% surge in ransomware attacks globally compared to the beginning of 2020, with no sign of slowing down. Identity theft is when the hackers steal the ID and password of an individual in order to gain access into the system. The hackers able to do this because the individual use an easy-to-guess password, share the password, and use a default password. Phishing is a form of social engineering. The hackers can use voice phishing, email phishing, and SMS phishing. The hackers disguise as a trusted entity to entice the victim into sharing the ID and password, transferring the money, clicking at email attachment that contain virus and others. Knowing all this threat, the company must deploy and educate and write control to identify, protect, detect, and mitigate the threats. The three sources of IT risk are application, network, and end users. First, the application. As remote employees have come to rely on communication tools such as Zoom, MS Teams, Webex, and others, cyber attacks on communication channels will continue to grow. Hackers can gain access to these private communication channels through various means to steal access information such as credentials, VPN tokens, and other information. In April last year, a virtual event during the pandemic's lockdown was disrupted when a hacker entered and broadcast insensitive images to hundreds of attendees. Following this security incident, an investigation was launched and discovered Zoom has a system vulnerability that allows hackers to remove attendees from meetings, spoof messages from users, and hijack share screen. Second, the network. When the employees use the free public Wi-Fi without VPN, eavesdropping and man-in-the-middle attack can easily be launched by the hackers. In March 2020, the United States Department of Health and Human Services Department, which heavily dealing with COVID-19 issue, were the target of a DDoS attack. Third, the end users. End users device not patched, end users device infected by virus, loss of password, device misconfiguration, device stolen, and top of all, phishing are caused by end users. In the case of Colonial Pipeline, the VPN password of one of the staff was stolen. Using the stolen password, the hackers, known as DarkSide, able to access the backend system and launch a ransomware attack. In the report by IBM entitled Cause of a Data Breach Report 2020, the survey showed that 1 in 5 companies suffer a data breach due to stolen or compromised credentials. That is the basic information for you to know before performing IT risk assessment during pandemics. I hope you have gained some ideas as a general knowledge or to help in your work. Remember that for all these IT risks, you must quantify them before communicating to board of directors and business leaders. I will talk on how to quantify IT risks in the future, inshallah. See you in the next video. Take care.